Welcome to Thurman Viking, episode 16, season 1. You know, if you haven't checked us out, check us out at Thurman Viking on Facebook and Instagram. Check us out also at Thurman Herbal on Facebook and Instagram. And what's our topic for today? This episode?
Well, I want to kind of go off of the fact that COVID should be taken a little bit more seriously now, just for talking to all people in general.
So we're going to call this the pandemic, the third wave.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to call it, because that's what everybody's saying in the news. This is the third wave.
Yeah, and that's why I chose to, because I know we done addressed this before when it comes to the COVID talk, but that bothers me. Remember I told you that bothered me the other night? I was telling you, like, where is these people getting this from? You know? And it's just like, I keep saying before, and shit, I don't give a damn. I'm telling y'all, that damn Fauci, he ain't right. And that was the first person I heard say that this was the third wave. And to me, that shit just did not sit well with me. And it's like, what you know that you haven't been telling us? You know what I'm saying? Because they were saying the winter time was going to be the second wave. Now we at the third wave. But we haven't calmed down, and they keep saying, well, there's least cases. Well, the cases has went down. That's what they saying. Mm-hmm. But of course, the cases went down if the motherfuckers that's dying is dead. That don't exist no more.
Mm-hmm.
But then you turn around, you have all these nurses like, nah, something ain't right. How y'all having us write this paperwork up? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like us, of course, we stay in countryside, away from the city now. When we went to visit the city, it was just like it was just normal. And nothing is normal.
No masks, no social distancing. It was like COVID didn't even exist in Chattanooga.
Mm-hmm. And it's just like, you do know it's getting cold. Disease and viruses spread. They thrive in the cold. I'm not saying live in fear, but I'm damn sure saying, come on now. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to these kids. These kids is dying at an alarming rate. And then kids that's not dying, they having lifelong, health issues. They never had issues.
Yeah, like the little 16-year-old boy that having heart complications now.
Yeah.
Since he had COVID. And the shit that they got 2 different vaccines out. That shit ain't been studied long enough. I don't even trust the vaccines that's been studied long enough, But I think people need to, number one, it's finna get cold. Y'all need to be preparing for another shutdown. Because now the governors and mayors and the White House and shit don't want to shut it down. But what if they have to? You know what I'm saying? Well, it's different because you got both sides saying shut it down. Then you got both sides saying we can't shut it down. Mm-hmm. My whole thing is this. If anything, we should take a book, a copy of what other people have, how they have approached COVID. Mm-hmm. Other countries have had complete and utter total shutdowns. Mm-hmm. Now, if we gonna say that COVID came from Wuhan, mm-hmm. but Wuhan had a complete shutdown, mm-hmm. and COVID wasn't spread it no more, mm-mm. They stopped it. Mm-hmm. But it's not gonna stop in America because, number one, people are just selfish to where they not gonna protect themselves or others when they get COVID, or wait, not be around people that possibly could have COVID.
Yeah.
And on a bigger level, these companies, these Fortune 500 companies, that a lot of black people don't know what Fortune 500 companies are, but if you work for a McDonald's or Wendy's or Burger King or a factory, these are Fortune 500 companies. They establishes that.
Yep.
So they don't care about their employees from the bottom all the way to the top enough to shut down their production. Mm-mm. They won't. Mm-mm. And I have worked and still am somewhat employed for companies or a company does that in the same manner. But they'll use COVID to their advantage when they getting that grant money. But if they had to shut down, they'd be like, oh no, we can't shut down. We gotta put our product. People need this. You know, we essential. I don't know if everybody remember, but your memory shouldn't be that short to 6 months ago, everybody was fucking essential.
You felt important.
They made you feel important with your dumb ass, and then they didn't give you a raise, didn't talk about no financial gains from you being essential. But then turn around and took that shit away from you. They took the shit back.
Yeah.
They allowed people to say that they was essential or their company production was essential. And then the moment people start saying, well, we need a raise since we so essential, or can we get a little something extra since we essential? They was like, who essential? Ain't nobody essential.
They said, no.
What?
They said, no. The company is essential, not you. We essential, not you.
Right. But me working for Whirlpool, that's all they kept giving us paperwork. Something. Y'all so essential. If I'm so fucking essential, why when somebody get COVID, you ain't tell me? Why is it's fucking top secret when motherfucker get COVID? They disappeared and y'all didn't tell nobody on the line that they had COVID until other people started falling ill with COVID.
Yep.
Then it was, well, you know, it spread it, but it didn't spread in the whole plant. How is it that you think it didn't?
3 times the charm type shit.
Right. But see, that's what I'm saying. People got to understand they value when it comes to this. This is a recession. And it's going into a depression. And a lot of people don't understand that terminology. This is not a rap. This is real life shit. So if you don't understand a recession or a depression, then go look it up. Because we are in a recession. The recession is the fact that how basically America is losing everything.
Yeah.
People are losing their homes, their cars, all kind of financial bindings that they can't afford, that they are losing.
Yeah.
That's a recession.
Yeah. What was I? What did I say that thing was today? The forgotten. They do the gifts for Christmas and stuff like that. If you can't afford for your kid to have Christmas gifts, they went
the Forgotten Child Fund. I think that's the name of it. It's in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And they really was an organization, a nonprofit organization set up to supply Christmas gifts and also food boxes to people who couldn't afford Christmas for their children or food for their homes.
And they are now being evicted. They asking the community for help. This is not a endorsement or anything like that. But I know when we lived right across the street from one of the places, I saw a lot of people that I was Facebook friends with and shit that was motherfucking talking about some shit they shouldn't have been motherfucking riding over there getting the boxes.
Man, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? They was out there fussing, fighting, and arguing over food boxes and kids getting presents.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers pulling up in Lexus and BMWs and 22s and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it was all black people.
Yeah.
Now, some white people did pull up, but they was truly less fortunate. They pulling up in the beat up ass Honda and shit. You know what I'm saying? To where they really probably did need the help.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you got a car that's worth about $8,000, you don't put TVs and rims and shit on it, how you can't afford to get your kids something for Christmas? Yeah. Shit, pawn your title, sell your car, do something.
Yeah.
But of course, you know, when anything you holler free for black people, they go running.
Hell yeah, even if they don't need it, like.
Right.
And you know what? We done had our times of struggling like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like truly straight up. But I don't see us. It wasn't that I was too prideful of anything, but it was just the point that and we lived across the street from that motherfucker. My kids don't need it. You know what I'm saying? It's not needed.
They had enough shit for Christmas anyway.
I'd rather somebody else way more or less fortunate than us get it. You get what I'm saying?
But see, that's how it is with these organizations. You know, typically they set up shop in the black community. And the black community take advantage of it. You know, and then when it go belly up, like right now, the black community don't help them get back together. They don't help them with nothing. You can't tell me, every black person that I know can't tell me that they kids, child, or children don't have at least 2 toys that don't look that bad that they can't donate to that place.
Or they can come together with some kind
$5 a head.
Yep.
$5 a family. You telling me all the families, it was hundreds of cars out there.
Man.
You can't tell me $5 a family can't donate to this organization.
It used to start, remember they start in line used to wake us up at like
Man, 4 o'clock in the fucking morning.
In the morning.
Motherfuckers out there blowing the horn and talking and chilling and shit.
Yeah.
Waiting to get free gifts for their kids.
Yeah. They really were. And
playing music. It was like a fucking party.
It was.
Them folks wasn't even in the building yet.
Yeah, no. They didn't leave. They actually motherfucking stood out there and goddamn conversated.
Yeah. I even got a tour with one of the motherfuckers because she wouldn't let me in my damn driveway.
And then looked at you like, nah, nigga.
Then looked at me like I was crazy. I'm like, listen, I get what you trying to do. You sit here and you trying to get toys for your kids. First of all, I don't think you liable to even be doing it because you got this brand new ass fucking car off the showroom floor. But second of all, I'm just trying to get home because I work third shift. I'm trying to get in the motherfucking house. So if you could please bag your fucking car up and let me park.
She said, fuck you and your job.
Exactly. She want to get slick with me. But I'm like, bitch, you out here trying to get free shit. Not me. I'm trying to go to bed. But see, that's the mentality of a black person. It's not just black women, black men too. Because there was some black men. It was a lot of black men out there separately and with black women.
You remember them two black dudes got to fighting out there when they was doing the brown bag thing? They was going to get the food. Man,
yeah.
They got to fighting at the corner and shit.
Yeah. They had to call the fucking police. Motherfucker getting free boxes of food, which wasn't nothing in there but a turkey, about 10 canned goods, and I can't remember all because I talked to the lady who ran the program, and she was telling me what was in the boxes, and it really wasn't nothing but like $30 worth of grocery for like a Thanksgiving dinner almost.
Yeah, Thanksgiving in the bed.
You know what I'm saying? And for a motherfucker to go over there, sit for hours and act the damn fool, what the fuck you here for?
No, and that leads to this question: can we be civilized?
Now, it is black people that out here in the United States that can be civilized. But you know what? When you civilize, you're a sellout.
Oh.
When you ain't trying to be aggressive and fight, you soft, you a sucker, you weak. But I'm like, nah, I'm just trying to keep myself from blowing your fucking head off. Because I'm not finna get out here and ruffle and scuffle with you dumb motherfuckers.
It's
like
that type of situation because I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of. Do you? You know what I'm saying?
And that's what it be. People always running up on somebody and underestimating that they know them because you don't know them. You don't, man, listen, it's women and men out here that be having weapons, guns, knives, razor blades, all kind of weapons. Yeah. And true enough, it's to protect themselves. So, if you running up on them, they obviously gonna protect themselves. They feel like you a fucking threat.
Hell yeah. And the thing is, like, I know for a fact, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna defend myself. I don't go around fucking with folks. I really don't.
I'm not finna argue with a motherfucker either.
No.
I'm not finna argue with you. Plenty of motherfuckers don't follow me in traffic. You say what you want to say. I'm not rolling my window down and entertaining you.
Yeah, remember that night we was coming home?
Motherfucker damn near followed me home. I pulled over. That motherfucker kept going. Because the next route wasn't gonna be too nice for him. So, that's the way I do to keep myself from getting into the bullshit. Like, yeah, you an angry driver. Motherfucker have road rage because they think it's the thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
Motherfucker don't get road rage because they actually had a issue on the road. They just do it just because they think it's the thing to do.
And that's what's frustrating. That's when you come to that standpoint of motherfuckers don't know how to check themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been a lot of times where I done got mad behind the wheel and it wasn't me being mad at the person in front of me or whatever I got mad at on the road. I was pissed off about something else, and that's where I projected that shit at.
Right. You was triggered.
Yeah.
And it happens like that. But it don't need to happen often because people don't understand, like, just because you triggered don't mean you can't get fucked up out here. Because that be the issue when all that shit come to a head and whatever happened, and police come, they be like, well, I didn't mean it. I was angry and I shouldn't have been. It's too late now. All the shit that done happened.
Crime is afoot.
You know what I'm saying?
A criminal.
Right.
Yeah.
It been plenty of people, that done tell me and ain't nobody in the next lane over behind us.
Yeah.
I'm not, listen, I drive my own pace. If I choose to drive the speed limit, that's what I'm gonna do. Like, you can't force me to go faster. You wanna be Ricky Bobby and you wanna go fast, get your ass over and go fast. Yeah. It's just that simple. Yeah. But for a lot of people, it ain't, because they like, well, I like this lane.
I want you to move.
I want you to get over it. No, you get your ass over in the vacant lane.
Yeah. And it don't even be that serious.
No, it really don't. It really don't.
It's really fucking not.
Cause how you gonna tell a motherfucker ain't no traffic around y'all?
Yeah.
And y'all in the 2 lane going northbound.
Yeah.
Get over.
Yeah.
Get over and go. You wanna go? Get over and go. Nobody's holding you.
Yeah. You holding you.
But people just do that for the sake of being an asshole. Mm-hmm. And I think we done got, as Americans, and it's not a black thing, it's an American thing, because white people do this shit too. Mm-hmm. They done got way too comfortable with basically harassing the motherfucker with their car.
Yep.
Because if you telling me and you can get around me and go past me, then that should be what you do.
Hell yeah.
Don't keep riding up on me and damn near about to hit my bumper and telling me because you want me to go faster.
Yeah.
You don't drive for me.
Yeah.
I drive me. If I wanted the fucking Uber, now I would have called one.
Yeah. But then, and like you said something wrong when you be like, if they get to talking shit. I done seen videos where people will literally follow one person and get to that place and they like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You fucking piece of shit. It's like, where did this come from? Why?
You ain't gonna follow me home, cause I'm gonna have something for your ass. So after I blow your ass off, I'm gonna tell the police I don't know who the fuck this is or what they was trying to do. They followed me home. I assumed they had a weapon, so I fired.
I'm coming in hot, goddamn.
I'm coming in hot.
Yeah.
Because you don't follow somebody to their fucking house because you want to express how you displeased with their driving. Yeah. That's petty than a motherfucker.
Right, what I do? You could have turned your blinker on.
You could have got over in the other lane, man. Get your ass out of here. Mm-hmm. Go home.
Yeah.
Be glad that you can go home and make it home. Because some people in these situations don't make it home.
I'm telling you, get on that internet, you get to watching these videos, like, you're just being a dick.
Yeah. That's all you see on the internet now. Assholes and dumbasses. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yeah.
You rarely see any respectful or intelligent shit that's shared on the internet. It's mostly assholes and dumbasses. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, so say something happened to you in your situation. Why you got to put it on social media? Mm-hmm. Oh, she broke all my glasses and poured bleach on my wig. And I'm like, you a dumbass.
I don't like, this what I don't fucking like. I guess we just gonna fuck it and just talk about random shit. I
mean, it's random.
Cool.
I mean, we can still stay on,
I'm cool.
What you say they calling it now? The third wave.
Third wave.
We can stay on the third wave. I want
to go. I want to say something about that.
Well, I want to elaborate on something on the third wave first before we get past the new. Like I said, it's a depression. Where it's a recession going into a depression. So I want to get into the third wave of coronavirus. Okay. And I want to express to people how important it is for you to be honest about your whereabouts.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the biggest issue. Because I get that people are grown and they can't do what they want to do. But if you going around somebody that's contracted or could possibly have COVID, then you take the risk of you having it and you giving it to somebody else.
You know what I think is proper at this time? Somebody call you. This is the time where motherfuckers need to be calling folks and asking, can they come over your house? And with that being said, it's like, yes or no, you can come over. No should be accepted just as well as yes. Now, also, I feel like he's like, yeah, you can come over, but such and such and such and such was over here, and I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I think now is the time for transparency, because at this point, this is a virus that's literally based on trust. It's an invisible ass thing, and we have to trust each other, because you already got to go to the store.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do that, but going to people's house, you don't have to do that. True enough, but if you make that decision, that's a 50-50 chance that somebody was around that didn't know they had it, that was around somebody that didn't know if they had it or not. You know what I'm saying? It's just a time where we need to be like, hey, I was just at such and such house. I was seeing if I can come over your house. You should be able to accept both, either or.
Mm-hmm. But that's the problem with when it comes to black people. They don't want to accept no. They want to do what they want to do.
Like, what?
Even if it ain't got nothing to do with them and it's your house, your kids, your family, your car, whatever, it don't matter. They want to control the situation.
Yeah.
And you like, well, wait a minute. What are you doing?
You know it's shit out there.
If I say no, you saying you got a problem with it?
Mm-hmm.
But that's the problem. We don't teach our family or our kids, you know, or in the black community, no means no.
Mm-hmm.
We hear that shit a lot when it comes to rape and sexual assaults. But when it comes to just regular ass, everyday, you know, questions, we don't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter what it is, all across the board, no means no.
Mm-hmm.
And you should accept it and understand what's going on in the world now. Like they keep saying, it's a third wave. Get ready for wave number 3, which I'm pretty sure I haven't seen number 2 yet, but okay. You know, I'm like, okay, well, whatever.
If this number
no
3
means no. If somebody tell you, like I asked somebody last week, I'm like, man, I'm gonna come over and holler at you. He was like, nah, you know, I ain't really having company. You know, I ain't fooling with the coronavirus and I ain't fooling with a lot of people. You know what I did? I said, okay, I respect that.
Yeah.
I'll call you next week. I'll video chat you. I'll talk to you. You know what I'm saying? We'll keep in communication like that. Mm-hmm. They was cool with it. I was cool with it. It wasn't no beef. It wasn't no, what you mean, no? I can't come and see you? No. You know, he said no. Respect that.
Yeah.
But see, that's the problem. Like you saying, you want transparency. Black people wasn't taught how to be transparent with nothing.
Or accept somebody else's transparency.
But that if you wasn't taught to be transparent or to even accept transparent, because obviously Joe Biden has been very transparent about black people, you know, they don't see that. They don't see that. Yeah. And you like, well, wait a minute. He said what he said because he meant what he said about black folks. He was transparent.
Yeah.
Black people just didn't want to see the transparency in him.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
I feel like this. If I don't die from coronavirus, because it's a 50-50 shot.
It's a 50-50 shit. It's a 60-40 shot at this time. You know what I'm saying?
We just got to accept that shit because you gonna die. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna die somehow.
Yeah. And if I don't die, if I make it out of this coronavirus era, shit, that'll be a wonderful ass story to tell. You know what I'm saying? But I would love to see what happens after, because a lot of this stuff that we see, we triggered by that shit because it's rooted somewhere. You know what I'm saying? We seeing a lot of people separate as friends, spouses, and stuff like that. We seeing a lot of people be exposed, but with stuff being exposed, that means we gotta step in and correct it somehow, some way. So just imagine, it's like literally, you know how you used to tell me, well, we done hit rock bottom, can't go nowhere but up.
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck what nobody say. These celebrities that's being exposed, these senators and governors and mayors and shit getting exposed. You know what I'm saying? All of this stuff is coming out in the forefront. You can't do nothing but respect it, because somebody else's story will help somebody else. I don't give a fuck what story it is. These motherfuckers knew their great-great-grandpappy was crazy, but they didn't know that he was that fucking crazy until they heard the opposite side. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if he was at this point here when you was a kid, but you kind of grew up rocking in your great-grandpappy's shoes, it's something wrong with you too.
Right. I feel like black people got to get out of the mentality of saying it didn't happen to me. Because that's one of our biggest
So it
issues.
don't matter.
Right. That's one of our biggest issues in the black community. When somebody do something racist or fucked up towards them, they make it's a problem. But when you talking to the next person that's black, they're like, well, I ain't had that problem with that person. Oh, it didn't happen to me. Okay, but that don't mean it didn't happen. And that don't mean this person is not like this.
But in order for them to do that, listen, this how deep that shit go. In order for them to do that when it comes to white people, they have to do that when it comes to their kind.
Mm-hmm.
But see, black people don't see when they kind do shit. It's justified somehow. It's justified somehow. I don't give a fuck how fucked up the justification is. It's justified.
Yeah, that's true.
You know you weren't supposed to be on that side of town. You know what I'm saying? You know you weren't supposed to be selling drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That nigga gotta sell drugs to feed his kids. Nigga ain't seen his kids and you know what I'm saying? But the opposite side, we band together, we lock arms and don't shoot us anymore. It's bullshit.
I done seen several videos where the police where the black dude was egging on police, you know, which I'm not saying that police are right to shoot us dead in the street. Mm-hmm. I'm saying that put us in a bad position because if this cop, let's say for instance, these cops were good cops, if they feel like all black people do is fuck with them, would they continue to be good cops towards black people? Mm-mm. No, because they would assume that all black people are like this. So they might run into one of them little youngsters, and the little youngster might be like, fuck you, you bitch, you pig, you 12. Boom. And then they run into me, I ain't got shit to say.
But you gonna get treated
right, but I'm gonna get treated in that same manner, because I'm not finna argue with you. If you're gonna give me a ticket, I'm going by my business. I'm not trying to quote, you know, statues out of the Constitution and law books and shit. Yeah. V versus Wade and all of this shit. Yeah. I'm like, nah,
give me my ticket,
I'm gonna get the ticket.
Yeah.
I pay the shit and go on by my business.
Yeah. Go through the right channels.
Go if I want to, but see, that's the thing. You can't argue with the police once they give you a ticket.
That's why they tell you take it to court.
Take that shit to court. You gotta argue with the judge. You gotta show the judge this evidence.
But check this out. You remember I had got what I get 3 noise pollution tickets like back to back. You like nigga your ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no. I'm trying to justify the fact that I know for a fact it's illegal. That man said he was counting the seconds. He said I counted 30 seconds, and you just got louder and louder. I thought you was a man.
I heard you coming.
I heard your ass coming, and then turn around. The same officer gave me the same ticket 2 times. That, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like I'm pegging him to be wrong because I'm like, it's just music. No, it's illegal to ride around this loud.
It's noise pollution.
He said, ma'am, if I was coming with an emergency, you wouldn't even hear me. And he damn right I wouldn't.
Yeah, nah, you wouldn't. You ain't finna hear them sirens over them 12s.
No.
You'll see them before you hear them.
All I heard was Gucci Mane. You know what I'm saying? But how can I get mad at him when I was in the wrong?
Exactly.
I was wrong. But if I would have did what I've been seeing on the phone, on the internet, on Instagram, fuck you, you crack ass cracker, da, 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 he would have had the authority to yank my ass up out that Caprice, that Expedition, that goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That could have been his go-to.
Right.
Because I chose to be aggressive with an outfit.
Or over emotional. Now, I'm not saying that he couldn't have just took that route right off. Yeah, because he could have.
He could have. I'm not saying, oh, well, no. I understand niggas is getting shot. Women and men. White people is getting shot. Women and men. Because that motherfucking lady came out that house
with that knife. Oh, yeah.
He pepped her ass.
I think he hit her 3 times. Nah, I think it was 3.
Yeah. I can see 3 because she
cause he had hit her that first time when she was coming down the steps, and then when she came down that last step, he hit her 2 more times.
Man, that ass said, I was like, what the fuck did you expect? You know what I'm saying? It ain't funny, but it's funny. But it's just like, come on now. I'm not saying we should be okay with what's going on. No, it's not fucking okay. But the fact that everything is being destroyed, sometimes good come out of destruction. And a lot of shit is being exposed. And I think that's a good thing too, because you had a lot of people at the beginning of this race, because I feel like it's a race war. It's the beginnings of a race war. I feel like at the beginning of this, did you remember when George Floyd thing first happened? The murder of George Floyd. Let me motherfucking get that right. The murder of George Floyd happened. You had a lot of white people that truly did not understand that these white people didn't see that this shit was racist.
How could they?
Yeah.
How could they when they don't understand that they are racist they damn self? Because that's really the issue with a lot of Caucasoids is that they don't understand that the shit that they say and do be racist. They think it's just everyday banter between them and they chums or they buddies, because that's how they always been.
Yep. And it's just like, oh, okay. But see, you had a lot of people becoming unfriends. You had a lot of people.
I had to unfriend a lot of people on my Facebook.
Me too.
You know,
for shit that I didn't know.
Right. So it exposed a lot of white people, definitely, that was in the closet racist. You know, and I was like, damn, I didn't know she was a racist till she said some racist ass shit. I'm like, oh, okay.
And then,
I see how you feel. Delete.
And then it's a lot of ignorant racists.
Yes.
To where they just don't want to see that shit. So they'll purposely have this one black person that, oh, I just love you. You know what I'm saying? Like the nurse at Dr. Boyd's office, and then another nurse was like, girl,
you don't know her like you think you do.
You don't know, you squeaky motherfucking pouring some shit out, and you know I ain't racist. You know what I'm saying? Which Sam ain't. I can truly fucking say that. Piss her off or not. But that other one, Dava, she just flat out was colors. Like, all she had to do was make hashtag makers.
Yeah, she saw her true colors.
That's all she had to do. And it's like, oh my goodness, how? You know what I'm saying? But I was ignorant to the fact because I hadn't spent no time around her like that. It was, and
plus you assume, since she a nurse, that she got to care for all people. Yeah, your assumption was wrong.
Yeah, and what about the women, because it was the OBGYN office, what about the women that wasn't as loud as me? What about the ones that's quiet, that won't say nothing, be in pain like a motherfucker? Tell you one time, they like, oh, you okay? Motherfucker go home, going straight blown labor, and something horrible happened. But we pegging off of you being racist as fuck, and you telling me I'm okay. Bitch, I'm hurting.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's fucked up out here. But, man, the outcome gonna be so fucking wonderful, man. These people, everybody mad about this online schooling and shit, and the statues being snatched down and all this bullshit. Come on. Education gonna change. For the better. Because now that all that other shit, people been saying history has been alive for a long ass time. About us. Now that shit is being, out there, we gonna find out. Not they gotta. We gotta be like, oh, that was wrong. Let me find out what really happened. You get what I'm saying? So shit, I don't know.
Well, history also repeating itself.
Oh yeah.
The same way they did the Indians, they doing them all over again. See, a lot of black people ain't even hip to that. They're not really paying attention to what's going on when it comes to other races, because all we care about is the stupid shit with our race bring. We don't care about the embetterment of our race, because if we truly did, it wouldn't be all the issues it is with the Ice Cube situation. It wouldn't be, but it is, because we selfish and we only care about our personal need, not as a whole.
Yeah, it's just like don't take the blanket. Don't take the blanket. You ain't cold.
Exactly.
Don't take that motherfucker. You just want to have it because they're telling you this is going to keep you. This is fucking history repeating itself over and over and over again.
Shit bad for the Indians when they start protesting.
Man, What,
but see,
the Amish?
The Amish protesting. You know, see, but a lot of black people ain't seeing that because they captivated in the fuckery of black people.
Oh, yeah.
So they don't want to see shit in that manner. They're like, I don't know about no Indians. I don't know about no Amish. Because you can't tell them nothing. And I'm like, this shit is true. It's tsunamis and all kind of other bad, fucked up weather happening in these other countries that America ain't even airing on their news station. No, they not. Ain't no, man. Haiti ain't underwater, man. They made that up. Why in the fuck would I make that up?
Yeah.
Why would I make up a tsunami and a typhoon in India? Why would I make that up?
Volcanoes erupt.
The tsunami hit China, the typhoon hit India. Why would I make this up? But then guess what? Everybody who felt like I was wrong when I said that, did not one person go and do the research and look. Did nobody go check world news or Indian news or China news? They just disagree with it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you sound stupid as fuck. You sound stupid as fuck. I actually was gonna get on my Facebook and post the link. And post the link of why I seen the shit. I'm like, man, fuck that. I'm not finna do the research for you. You do your own goddamn research.
And that's one thing I love that we teach the girls is the practice. Like, it used to irritate me if one of the girls would say something and the other one would immediately be like, nuh-uh. You know what I'm saying? I love that we teach them practice pausing, because you don't necessarily know that this is the truth. You just assuming that you know the opposite or it's not true.
You going based on your feelings.
You going based off of your feelings. So before you disagree or agree, know all the fucking facts first. As a little kid, that means they won't make so many mistakes growing up. Just pause for a minute, because sometimes you will go into nuh-uh and then have a mouthful of bullshit and it be totally wrong, and then you have to apologize.
Mm-hmm.
So why even get to that point? Just bypass that shit, and if it's something you need to figure out, figure that shit out. Find out the facts before you disagree. Black people don't do that. They don't want to. It's not in them to do. You have some that'll be like, let me check this shit out. Then they become your best friend because they calling you. You the only motherfucker there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You the only motherfucker that's like, yeah, here go the truth right here.
And I think, you know, me and you spreading this, I don't know if it'll ever catch. You know, it might be 3, 4, 5 years down the road and boom, it might explode and everybody like, y'all heard what they said? Oh yeah, that was years ago. Yeah. But you know, I feel like whatever traction that lead us to more people, I feel like it's a positive thing, because it's not us tearing down our community. It's us having a conversation about right and wrong, good and bad, and transparency and non-transparency. Yeah. And that's the thing, you know, we our spectrum go all the way from politics to the baby mama, baby daddy.
Oh yeah.
You know, and people gotta understand, we're not trying to say nothing negative about the black community. We just telling you the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts when it relate to you. When it's wrong and it relate to you, it hurt. But when it's right and it relate to you, it feels good. So what we're trying to do is give you that constant feel good, because we want everybody to feel good about doing better as a person, as a community, as a race. Eventually, that's why I want to say the black race have evolved so much, but we can't if we keep allowing people to come in and dumb us down. Yeah. And say that they saving us and ain't really doing nothing but harming us, i.e. the government. Mm-hmm. You know, we so caught up on living off the government that we depend on them every fucking day. Yeah. And a lot of people don't understand that. But if you don't understand that, I mean, you haven't even thought about, could I ever get out the projects? Could I ever own my own home? Mm-hmm. Or live in a better neighborhood or a different neighborhood? Mm-hmm. Or not be rude, disrespectful, over emotional? Or ghetto or hood or whatever you want to call it.
But you know what's so funny? You have motherfuckers that be like, all I want is straight up honesty. You tell a bitch the truth, she die.
Right, that'd be a lie. That'd be a lie.
That be the lie from the get-go.
Yeah, that be the lie from the get-go. It ain't about the honesty, because you give them honesty and they can't handle
They
it.
can't take it. And they gonna damn near make you motherfucking not motherfucking be able to tell the truth. But they want to walk in their truth. I'm walking in my truth. Bitch, can you handle honesty?
But see, that's the last thing I done heard in the last past 5 years. Motherfuckers talking about they telling their truth. So what you telling me is a lie. Because if it's the truth, you wouldn't call it your truth. Because your truth only applies to you. It only applies to the situation.
Well, you know what? It's the opposite for me. I feel like when somebody's saying they telling their truth, that's not a lie. Because you always heard, even growing up, that there is her side, and the truth.
Her side.
You know how they be like, it's his side, her side. And
You said her side,
well,
her side.
you know, I was speaking from the backlash of a woman to be like, all I want is honesty. I was speaking from that point.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, it's always two different sides and then the actual truth of what actually happened. So yeah, they telling the truth from their own point of view, because both people feel like they was right. You get what I'm saying? So I hear a story. First of all, I want to get all the facts first. I want to hear this side and that side. But you know what a motherfucker will do? They'll get mad because you want to hear the other side, which lead me to believe
that you ain't telling the truth at
you
all.
ain't
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Your truth ain't the real truth.
Exactly.
That's how I feel. Like, I'm not taking shots at nobody who say that. If you say that, more power to you. But I mean, whatever happened, if you take away from whatever happened, then it's not the truth. It's just what you choose to say, which is a lie to me.
That's that blurred line shit.
Yeah.
That's that blurred line shit.
But we always been in a gray area.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. We need to get out of this gray area and start making shit in black and white. Because that's exactly how it's set up. When it comes to laws, when it comes to rules, regulations, and policies, it's in black and white. Mm-hmm. So you need to start determining how you gonna handle that. Because you can't handle it with a gray area response.
Yep, but see, that go back to what you said in the last podcast. You do not have enough people saying I fucked up. You don't have enough people saying I am fucked up. I fucked up. I made this person respond this way. Even though, you know what I'm saying, can't nobody make you, but people can push you. People can absolutely push you to act out of character. And then to play victim when you not acting in the character of taking they bullshit. Like dude was doing, fuck you, cop. Fuck you, cop. But soon as I put your ass in handcuffs, call my mama, tell them what they trying to do to me.
This shit racist, Black Lives Matter. And you like, hold on, bro, you were fucking with dude. Leave dude alone.
He can't respond. You know. It's messed up. People stupid. A lot. Which get them into stupid ass situations to win stupid ass fucking prizes.
This how I always see Black America right now. If you ain't never seen this movie, if you listen and go watch this movie and you'll understand why I say this. It's a movie called Idiocracy. It truly is. It's a real fucking movie. So if you got Netflix or Hulu or Fire Stick and you got the free apps or whatever, go on and check that out and watch it. It's a funny movie. But it shows how stupid people can get when they continue to perpetuate stupidity. And I feel like that's how Black America is going. It's like for every generation, they training them to be dumber than the last.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, why would you teach your children how to gangbang, how to rap, and the motherfucker can't even spell? So what if a producer call and say, oh, I like him, he look good, I want him to write a 16. You like, what?
Yeah.
He can't write.
But see, then you turn around, they take advantage of that because that's how a lot of these, like Lil Wayne, he was a boy. Shit,
like Mike Tyson. You know, Mike Tyson is a perfect example of somebody who had a rise to fame and couldn't read. Well, now he can. You know, he said he went back and started learning how to read and study and learning stuff. And he doing good, you know, which shout out to Mike Tyson. But I feel like that's how it is in the Black community.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people take away from. Think about this. Mike Tyson came to a rise of fame in boxing. He ain't have to write a goddamn thing because he was beating motherfuckers with his hands.
Yep.
So, you know, in his mind, he figured he can get away and go through life like this.
Beat it up.
But when it truly counted, when he needed to be able to read what was going on with his money, he couldn't. And he struggled with it. And he lost everything.
Yep.
And I'm not saying, you know, to talk bad about Mike Tyson. That's just a example for what happened when you try to come up off a situation and not know how to maneuver around the whole situation. Like I'm saying, all these little young kids out here can't even read and write. Their mama's putting them all online to rap. You know, and I'm not cool with that shit.
Yeah.
You know, that ain't the only thing that black people capable of is the stereotype of rapping, playing basketball or football, or good at some sports or certain things, making beats and instruments and playing instruments like piano. That's a stereotype.
Yeah.
You know, we have a wide spectrum of things that we capable of.
Yeah.
But you can't be capable of nothing if you don't understand the lingo. So if you can't read and write, then it don't matter how good you are. Eventually, somebody gonna screw you over.
Yeah. It trips people out how, you know, we are with words with, you know, how our kids, you know, they stay in a dictionary. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, like, we want them to get to a point where they totally understand on their own. You can't nobody have more authority than yourself, especially when you become grown. But that beginning stage of your life is very fucking important.
Right. But see, I allow Lou to challenge me verbally when it comes to words.
Yeah.
I allow her to do that because if I'm wrong, I want to know I'm wrong.
And I want you.
Because it's the same thing on her end. When she wrong or she misappropriated or say something that doesn't have the meaning of what she's meaning to say, and I correct her, I want her to understand, you know, I don't do this to harm you. I do this to help you.
Yeah.
And I want her to do the same thing, which obviously she been doing, which I don't have a problem with. I don't get mad and be like, I'm your daddy. You can't tell me I'm right, you wrong, because that's what we was taught, and that's what a lot of black people teach their children.
Yeah, because correcting somebody is disrespect.
That's bullshit.
And telling somebody how they made you feel, especially if they made you feel bad, sad, mad, unhappy, is disrespect.
That's bullshit.
It's bullshit. Because you in jail mentally. Mentally. It's mentally crippling.
But I never teach my children that because I don't feel like that's disrespectful. If my child say, well, daddy, you misspelled can't, I'm not going to say, shut up, I'm your dad. I tell you what to do. I know what I did. I write what I want to write.
But that's how it goes.
But that's how no, that's not how it go in this house.
No, not
that's how
it
always been with the Indian black community. Yeah. And it continues to be that way. But that's why I go all the way back to the beginning and I say that we perpetuate stupidity. Instead of saying, okay, my child is right, I have misspelled this word, or this word doesn't have the correct meaning, I need to change it. It's no, I'm put what I want to put, and I'm the parent, so you shut up and listen. Then you get mad when your children do the same shit. How? You taught them that.
Yeah. It's messed up, man, because it's like we got some shit we need to work on, but it's like we can only be here because you can't go back to your parents and be like, you know, well, I think some people could be, but I don't think your parents will necessarily listen to you, because then they'll have to go back and sit with themselves and know that they done something that hurt you. And it's just like I told Lou, you know, when you do something, I was like, do you think you can hurt me? Like, do you feel like you can hurt my feelings? And she was like, no. And I was like, why? She was like, 'cause you my mama.
Okay.
And it's just like, that makes sense, because my mama felt like you my kid. Can't hurt your feelings. You know what I'm saying? And I'm explaining to her, hey, you can't, that doesn't work like that.
I think it's a difference though, and I don't mean to cut you off, I want this to be known. It's a difference between hurting someone's feeling and correcting them. Mm-hmm. Them two different things. Mm-hmm. And I think so much and so often in the black community, it's perceived as one. Mm. And I'm like, no, if somebody correct you, that don't mean they trying to hurt you.
But then when you bring that out, it's like, it's not what you said.
It's how you said it, which is bullshit. Yeah. Which is bullshit because that show me that you don't want to admit that you was wrong.
Or I don't want to hear shit you got to say.
Or you don't want to listen. But my whole thing is, the way I go about life now is, my 12-year-old daughter, if she say, Daddy, you was wrong, I feel like you was wrong. If I was wrong, I apologize. Yeah, I apologize and tell you, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to either hurt you or offend you. And I was wrong. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to try to change it or fix it in the future. But see, that's what you don't hear from a black mother or father.
Mm-hmm. I think another thing that should be done is, okay, you said I hurt your feelings. Explain. That opens the gate for them to tell you exactly what hurt their feelings.
That's true.
So if they know what hurt their feelings and they can go into detail about it, they can go into detail about other things. It will open the door for them to properly be able to communicate on how they feel. That is the one thing within the black community we do not know how to do. Either we shut it down or we lash out. It's never an in-between.
That's because in the black community, they over-sexualizing the daughters and they teach them to be
mamas
early and thuggish. Mm-hmm. You know, if a motherfucker run up on you, you beat their ass, hand clapping and all. Mm-hmm. And then they teaching the sons to be hypersensitive. And that a lot of black women don't understand. They say, well, I try to teach my son because I want him to be caring and loving to women. But how could you say that then teach your daughter how not to be that to a man?
Especially when you have a daughter and a son. But also, how can you want your son to be caring, towards women when you don't have a caring partner?
He don't see that.
No. So what do? He have feelings from your aspect, but when he have a woman, who the fuck you been dating? But you only look at him as your son. But when he not at home, he them niggas. You know what I'm saying? So, and then even the girl. Oh no. But even the girl, you know what I'm saying? But you don't look at her as your daughter. You look at her as the competition. So you hate her. You hate her. And then you know what I'm saying? Nothing she does is forgivable. Everything the son does is forgivable. But nothing the daughter does is forgivable.
I think, in my situation, it's vice versa. It's nothing the daughter do. Everything the daughter do is forgivable, but nothing the son do is forgivable.
Which triggered emotional outlash.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. As a black man, I had to realize that I had been over emotional about a lot of things, and I didn't understand or establish relationships or situations in my life. And I always tried to hold it in and not allow people to see I was hurt, or hurting or frustrated or angry or sad or any kind of feelings, because I was taught by my mama, if you have feelings, you're a punk. So, me having 3 daughters, obviously, I can't teach my motherfucking kids that, and I wouldn't even teach my son that, because it's too much. It's overwhelming for a person to deal with for years, and it makes you a hateful, angry, aggressive motherfucker. You be ready to go, what they say, I want all the smoke. You want all the smoke from everybody and anybody. And then once you finally get past it and look at yourself, you're like, damn, I was so fucked up. I didn't even know it, and I don't even want to be that way no more.
It's a self-sabotaging thing.
Yes.
And it's inflicted with your parents, because you know, you have that animosity with the mamas being mad that the dad is not there, and it's like, well, the son, you know, he act like he act because the dad is not there. Nah, motherfucker, he act like he act because your ass was there.
Exactly.
Oh, son,
but see,
is it true?
This true, but this is why black people can't see each other in public and keep pace. It always got to be a problem. You know, we was at Sam's. A black dude was out there working. He was doing the buggies. He kept mugging me.
Why? Did you know?
I say, hey, how you doing? I ain't know him. He was a young nigga. And you know, a white dude came through, got out the car, got a buggy. He was like, hey, how you doing, sir? Blah, 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 blah. But you didn't have that same energy towards me only because I was a black man.
Or because of what you had. Now, what the fuck did you have?
Or because of what I had. But that's neither here or there. You know what I'm saying? Like because it don't happen without a motherfucker seeing what I'm driving.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. We need to learn how to not be aggressive with our own people when we see them in the street.
Yeah, speaking is fine.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to speak, then don't speak.
Yeah.
But my thing is, if that's the case, then keep that same energy with the Caucasoids too. Like, don't speak to them either.
Yeah.
You know, don't walk past me, mug me, roll your eyes at me like a chick, because that's what he did, like a chick. It kept watching me until white dude bust up, and then he was like, hey, how you doing? Hey, you have a good day. Then start back mugging me. And dude was like, well, daddy, why is he looking at us like that?
Put my nigga back on.
Right. And I said, because he intimidated by another black man, because he wasn't taught that other black man could actually be around him without him being intimidated. I already knew what was wrong with him. And then when he seen me talking to a guy I used to work with, then his energy changed. He was like, damn, these two black dudes talking? Oh, all right, bro, y'all take it easy. Remember when we pulled out?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But before, he didn't, you know, I wasn't talking to nobody. He was giving me that negative energy and that I'm looking you down shit. Like, man, come on, bro, I'm too old for that shit. Yeah. Like, I'm not old as shit, but I'm old enough to where I ain't got to do that young nigga shit no more. You know, and like I said, when he seen me talking to another black man, his whole energy changed because he went from trying to be the aggressor to now
it's two niggas
he's scared. Yeah. He's scared now. Because at this point, I guess he felt like, well, oh shit, he might lean over there and tell his homeboy.
That nigga was mugging.
Yeah. And it might be some shit, but I don't look to start shit with other black people because they black. Yeah. I don't care if you mug me. Like, I'm not gonna say shit to you. Long as you don't put your hands on me, you can say and do what the fuck you want to.
You threaten these
children, I guess. And you don't fuck with my kids. Like, we good. Yeah. And he didn't, so we was good. But see, it shouldn't even be like that with black people. You know, when I spoke to him, he should have just spoke back and kept it moving. Yeah. But he wanted to make it an issue, and we got to quit doing that. Because you can't tell me you ain't been in any kind of store and a black female see you and then look at you crazy. And you like, hey, how you doing? Yeah. And she like, And you like, what the fuck?
I remember that one time, and you know, I'm shit just don't bother me. And you was waiting on this girl to come. I think you was going to like a gas station or something, and the doors was like you had to open them. And you was waiting on her, like you opened the fucking door for her, and she literally was pissed off at you for doing that. And it's like, the nigga is being nice to you, lady. You know what I'm saying? And it pissed you off, and you like, I'm just trying to help the bitch. This is gentleman shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, touche to you. But she didn't want to accept that. But it's a deeper root there. You don't know what niceness is.
Well, that concludes our episode of Thermal Viking. You know, I don't have no ending, you know, because it was really initially about the third wave. So all I'm saying is protect yourself, protect your family. You know, look for the positive things in life instead of the negative, and try to get better as a person. You know, that's how I feel. If I had to say that, that's what I would say to a person. Yeah. Now, what would you say?
Just about the same. You know, be how you would want. Treat people how you want to be treated. That's the plain, simple truth. No crutch, no lies, nothing. Just treat people with all honesty and understand that consequences is real.
All right. thank you for listening. You know, shout out to, of course, the United States, Ireland. We got some plays in Ireland. The Republic of what was it?
The Dominican Republic.
No, it ain't Dominican Republic. It's Republic of I don't know. We got a lot of shout out. I mean, we got a lot of people listening in different countries. So Ireland, like I said, Singapore, you know, the Republic of Lithuania, yo, and we out.